All righty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, guys, we're going to start off here with SPY and QQQ, and then we're going to look at some individual tickers. First thing I am going to be pointing out is that you did have a hammer candlestick close on the day after yesterday's. I'm going to call, as of right now, guys, looking like a trap, okay? We got the start of sell side structure yesterday. I did point out that we are going to need to see this, okay? Specifically this right here, the lower high, and then continuing and breaking the current low. That would confirm an hourly downtrend. That has not been able to take place the entire time. I pointed out since all the way back over here when SPY was at 418. You have not seen that set up. Guess what? You still haven't seen it set up. It started yesterday, and then today you had a hammer candlestick. I'm just saying right now, guys, you take out the highs. This candle is looking very similar to that candle, and I remember these candles. These were all the candles that I'm like, holy crap, we're finally going to start to sell. And then you don't start to sell. So, guys, all-time highs, 479.98. All right, the high of this candlestick right here, 479.98. We are so freaking close now. Guys, if you can get above this high, you're going straight to 479.98, baby. You're going to have a straight percent move right here. All right, guys. So that's honestly what I'm paying attention to over here on SPY. You got the hammer candlestick on the day. What happened on QQQ? You have the same exact thing going on over there. And guess what? You literally are just flipping previous resistance. All right. Resistance, flipped, support. If you could take out the high, guys, you're going to start pushing. All right, and it's going to be quite crazy. All right, so, you know, I don't really want to spend too much time here talking in circles because, honestly, guys, I don't think anything has changed. I do think, you know, the trend is going to be up/neutral until things have changed, until that sell side structure can set up. We got the start of that yesterday. Guess what? Today, it's looking like we're about to take out these highs. If you can now take out this low, okay, then we will have that sell side structure. All right, if you do that, you'll have this low. You'll have this lower high in comparison to that high. And then you break down. Right there, that is when we know. Until that happens, I'm serious, you do not have a safe short on your hands. And honestly, a bunch of these tickers, guys, they look pretty identical to the indexes. All right, these big boys do not look too different from what we just looked at. And if there's not a safe short over there, what makes you think there's going to be a safe short over here? I'm just saying, I don't think there's going to be. All right. Until we can, you know, well, I don't think there is going to be. There's not right now. There's not a safe short until you see what I just, you know, showed you guys set up. Now over here on Google, guys, if you get a, you know, you start breaking it down here, you're literally just going to back test where you broke out from. And this is what I'm getting at, guys. These things ain't looking too shabby. Microsoft, this thing is getting ready for a big move. I don't know which way you're going to break out of this range here, but I could tell you right now, is we've had a few of these ranges on some individual tickers. All right. And, you know, guys, you get a big move out of them. All right. Specifically, ARM. This is actually the most recent one that I pointed out here on this channel was ARM. All right. And this thing broke out from the range, back tested the range, and then continued on up to a new all-time high. Guys, this looks like it's setting up for the same thing. All right. I'm just putting it out there, guys. You don't have your safe short. I'm sorry. It is how it is right now. The video is back at highs. If I was going to be looking at something to short, all right, are the premiums massively expensive here? Yes. But Avgo, I would argue this is probably the cleanest short setup that I can really find out of these mega caps here, these mega/large caps. It would be, hey, guys, you break here. It's very clear that something is changing here. You've been going straight up. You break down under here. You probably have a pretty clean sell on your hands. Probably a nice $40, $50 sell. All right. But on these other names, the other semiconductors, guys, things really don't look all too bad. You're just back testing. This is what I'm saying, guys. Things really don't look bad. All right. Here at AMD, guys, we just looked at what Microsoft was doing because AMD is doing the same thing. Now, is it as tight? No. Is it as long of a range? No. But it is doing the same exact thing. You're either going to bust them up or you're going to bust them down. What are we going to do? Got no idea. But I'm here for it. All right. And I'm here for you. MU. Guys, you're at the top of the range, and this is why I'm saying, guys, semiconductors, if I was going to try and, wanted a sell, I would be aiming for the semis. Why? Because you have some of these setups that are just telling me, like, hey, either you're going to get exhausted here, or we can wait for some things to happen, and you may be able to take a short over there. But, guys, on these other tickers, you really ain't got that setup. I'm sorry. You ain't got it. Now, let's come over here to Mr. VIX. Let's see what happened to VIX today. Did VIX get crushed today? Yes, you did. You got a big fat shooting star candlestick, all right? The fact that we have the opposite candlestick to SPY tells me we have confluence there. We probably are going to see higher prices over here on SPY, and we probably will be seeing lower prices tomorrow on Mr. VIX. All right, just my opinion, guys. That is what you're going to find here on this channel, along with, obviously, my technical analysis. But, my opinions, guys, they're 100% intertwined with that TA. All right. Now, just want to point out, DIA, same look. The range look, guys. You're waiting for this break. All right. It's going to be one direction or the other. I'm sorry you guys have been listening to my babies wrestle the whole duration of this video. I'm sure you guys are hearing them in the back because I'm hearing them through my headphones. And I got noise cancellation on. Okay. All right. Let's move on from the indices. Let's go over some setups, some focus setups going into tomorrow. And some that I do think will be heating up in the coming week. JD. Number one is JD. All right, let's construct this chart together. All right, what are we looking at here, guys? We have a very clean downtrend break. All right, I freaking love this thing. I'm going to be honest, this thing looks sexy. All right, whether you want to draw this as a pennant, whether you want to draw this just as a trend break, all right, you got it. It happened today. And aside from the trend break, I'm just going to point out here, you look like you are going to be exploding. All right. You got resistance right here. If you can get above there, above 28, I'm going to be honest, this thing probably has a pretty quick move up to 29. And that is the point when we're going to 30 bucks. 31 bucks. And corrected. All right. But that is setup number one. And I'm just going to start by saying right now, guys, we have a common theme. All right. We got China ticker setting up, baby. I've been pointing these out. Baba. I think you're setting up here. I think you're doing the same thing I actually just pointed out on JD over there. All right. You got your base. I pointed this out. You ascended from your base. All right. You are now in a range up here. You're consolidating. I think you were getting ready for this next move. I think we're immediately going to be pushing up into this. Well, you're in an end of day today. 76.80 level up here, and then I think we're going to be heading up to 79 bucks. But guys, I've been talking about it. I think Bob is going to have a major reversal here. It depends. Can you stop being walked down? Because we've been getting walked down for a very long time. Like you go all the way back here. I'm sure you thought after all of this consolidation, you're probably going to get a move to the upside. You never got that move to the upside, all right? But something we also will have to keep in mind is probably going to bring a really big move here, a really big move whenever it comes. It's going to be this downtrend right here. All right. Now, the more immediate downtrend that we're taking a look at is going to be right here. All right. I guess it's going to be over there. All right. You're really not even close to it. So why are we going to talk about it? I guess we're not going to. We're going to stop talking about these trend lines here. Okay. But if you start seeing this thing get up to 80, 85 bucks, we're going to be near that trend line. And that is when I think things get pretty darn spicy over here on BABA, the bubble boy. All right. PFE. We pointed this out the other day. Congrats to anybody who did end up taking the trade. There you go. I know you got like 200-300% in that move right there. But now, guys, it's setting up for something bigger. And your boy is taking a position. All right. I'm just pointing out here, guys, you have this consolidation. This chart does look pretty bullish to me. All right. And I do think you are going to start going level by level. Now, I'm going to actually take off this, and we're just going to use this as a downtrend. Guys, this is going to be the next big spot. 29.50 to 29.60. That is going to line with the downtrend. Okay. That is where we're looking for a reaction. We're looking for rejection here, or we're looking for explosions. All right, just know if you're entering down here and you catch a move up here, this is where you scale out and then you hold your runner, okay? Or whatever you're comfortable with. I am currently working on always having a runner because so many of the plays the past 2 weeks, if I just had that runner, I could have experienced 500 to 1,000% gains, and I would have loved that. I definitely would have, but I can't say I experienced those because I didn't have that runner. But guys, PFE, I think this thing is definitely setting up for something larger. You can see over here on the weekly chart, you haven't really gotten a candlestick like you got this week in quite some time. I think we're trying to break out of this downtrend one more time. We're going to see if you get walked down once you get up here, the 2960 area. All right. Honestly, guys, those are really the top focus setups that I am. I just top and focus mean the same thing. What are you talking about, Henry? Shut up. All right. These are the focus setups into tomorrow. These are them. All right. I also think Bob and JD, though, I think they're about to have a really big day. You know, honestly, it could be the same with PFE, though. This thing, once it goes, it's going to go. All right. And I think JD is next up. Top focus right here. JD. Now, we have one more that is a speculative name that I think is beyond a sexy setup. And, you know, I took my shot today, and then it ended up running into the close, and I'm like, crap. And now you're 1350. You got to freaking kidding me.
That looks easy.
Am I mad? I'm a little tight. Why? Because I was letting this thing work today, and then, you know, it freaking is now working with me after I stopped letting it work. Regardless, guys, this is like the exact setup we've been seeing explode across the board. Guys, you got the breakout. You got the consult. We had over here. You bounced up from support. You got the breakout. You're now basing above previous resistance, guys. Where have we seen this before? Where have we seen this before? Where have we seen this before? Hang on. Let me add a thing here. Now you're going to see a pretty clear picture. Where have we seen this before, ladies and gents? Where have we seen this before, ladies and gents? This might be the next one. All right. I'm just letting y'all know. Okay, guys, I do think this setup is like so extremely similar to everything we just took a look at. Okay. Like it is so juicy. All right. And all you're going to need is our big bad boy over here, Bitcoin, to continue breaking up through this bull flag. You break this high, you're going to get a straight shot to 47K. You heard it here first. Let's run it. All right, guys. Can you break above this resistance? I think you can. We're going to have to see how that goes. But if you can, top watch tomorrow. We're looking over this level right here, over 1370, guys. We are targeting 16 freaking bucks. And then almost 17 bucks up here at 1670. All right, but you're going to have a gap right here at 1470. I'm seeing that right here. That is another potential pivot point. All right, guys, but as the trade progresses, well, I'm going to have to get back into the trade if the trade is even going to have anything to progress off of, all right? But as it does progress, all right, shall manage that position somewhere between here and here. All right, guys, I think that is pretty much it. Those are the setups that I really wanted to be highlighting. I'm sorry my voice still sounds like, you know, a cat trying to talk. And guess what, guys? Cats don't talk, so there's that. You know, I'm a dog guy, so I guess we could say dogs. Guys, Tesla, I told you guys about the back test. You got the, I don't know what else to say. You got the back test. You started getting buyers stepping up here. SMCI, all right, this is something that I'm going to keep on watch here. All right, why? Because anywhere between here and down here is going to be a back test. All right. And if you could do this, I'm going to set an alert for down here. If you can come down here to 290, I'm a buyer. Why? I should be a buyer right here, but definitely I'm a buyer down here. Why? Because you're literally going to be back test where you just broke out from, guys. This is 2 months, 3 months of consolidation, if I'm remembering correct. Half a year of consolidation, if I definitely wasn't remembering correctly. Guys, we got a lot going on here. If you could get that back test, this is like easily, you know, top watch material. Is it going to be getting these crazy, violent 20% moves like, you know, Mara, Riot, Hut? No, which, speaking of Mark, congrats if anybody's still riding the beast higher. This thing has been a complete moonshot once you broke out from this base, which I remember, guys, we was trying to play it down here. We kept getting faked out. This is the thing about me and crypto, guys. I get faked out a lot. I'm not going to say a lot. I'm amazing at getting in when I should be, and then I get shaken out. And then the move will consolidate for a week or two, and then it goes. Like, it is, you know, it was the same thing over here. Probably the same thing, you know, somewhere over here, all right? I'm just, this is a common theme over here with me and crypto names, all right? So that's why HUT, I had such a feeling when I sold that these things were then going to start moving. What do we get? Start moving. What I also will warn against, though, is spreads are pretty wide over here on HUT. So that is something that I would be cautious about, because I was not cautious about it this morning. I, bought a lot higher than I wanted to. But yeah, guys, all right. With that being said, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.